You don't get water like that in Whiteland, in Norway, Whiteland. Look at that. Gorgeous, mate. It looks just like the River Thames in London. No and no, Dave. No on both counts. Right, so now we need the third line, which is this guy. I'm going to have to specify which platform I want this, though. New vehicle, the LVS 86. Is the Thames still at bad? Yep. Hanoi oil. Okay, so this one is going to go from here to here. And at Hanoi, it's going to completely unload. No, we better leave this one because it's going to do both, technically. Yeah, it's going to grab the crude from... In fact, we might need to specify this, actually. Otherwise, it might get confused. At Hanoi, we want it to load crude and unload oil. I believe. Very posh. Well, yeah, but once this thing is up and running, it should start to bring in a lot of wonga. Like, there's 210 waiting there right now, which already says to me we could potentially double the trains on this line. That's only just getting going, I think. Yeah, look at the finances on that. This is why we did it. Because you can just print money with this. Yeah, I know, Impy, but I don't like pausing it, mate. I'd rather just leave it running and get some money in. $26 of 36 oil. So now it's going to start getting paid on the way back. That's the new one. 2 of 198. That's a very poor performance. That guy needs to start leaving more oil here. I think what actually the problem is that this needs to level up. Yeah, but you can, if MP, just click on the thing down here and just slow it down. Just slow down the actual speed that dates go through. Because once this reaches capacity, we're going to get a bit stuck until it increases. Christmas plans should be sorted out this weekend. Oh, there's a bit of oil. So we need to start thinking about getting that plastic out of there. Oh man, look at this. All these trams in bad condition. KTM1. So this carries 35 people, goes 60. This one carries 27, but it goes faster. Which is better? A similar running costs. Similar price as well, really. I go with that one. I hate that noise. Like, I would like to meet the guy who did the sound for that. He did so well with all the vehicle noises, and then when it came to the UI, you went, oh, I'll just Google some weird, annoying noises and that'll do. It's just a horrendous noise. Eek. Now we're into trains that are in very bad condition. Not good. Okay, we don't have the money for that yet. We've just had a big $50 million outlay project. Just gonna replace it with a quack. I'd probably take a clown horn noise over that. And that's saying something. So they're just not outputting enough oil yet. They'll get there. We're going to run at a big loss for a while. Well, he's got 80 oil, that's good. Nah, we'll just not spend for a little bit and let the money come back. Might slow the date down and see what happens. Let's put it on half speed. Let's put the date on half speed. That way vehicles should last longer. God, he's running a bit close to the coast though for an oil tanker. So we're going to need to transport this stuff. nice truck station out here. Oh, scumbag. Have you seen the designs for truck stops in the workshop? No. Are there some good ones? So the question is, where would we put a truck depot here? It does bug me the way it curves roads all the time. Let's give them a nice high-speed link. There we go. Year speed doesn't affect the vehicle lifespan technically. The game adjusts it, so on full speed it might say a train lasts 20 years, but on a quarter speed it'll say 6 hours of playing time. If we're only going through the calendar year at half the speed, surely the vehicles... I don't know. Could be wrong. Notorious Mo, thank you for 11 months. Can't believe it's almost a year. Thank you for the support, Mo. Does go by quickly. Alright, so I don't think we can afford a cargo plane just yet. But the idea is going to be to move the plastic to here, which will then fly out. But to do that, we're going to have to build an airport over here. And not only that, we're going to have to get all of this going before we can even do it. You're going to do air freight after plastics. You don't need a refinery if I'm right. We're gonna ship the plastic to here, and then we're gonna fly the plastic to there. That's the plan. That's gonna make goods. But to do that, we need to get this whole steel factory up and running. Because if we take steel into here and not plastic, it's not gonna do anything. Yeah, we need blue signs first, why not? What's laughable about this is all this oil's coming out of here, and we can just get trucks, drop it here and bring the fuel there and just grow that town, which is really cool. This town, I don't know. It's begging for an airport, but I think a passenger train line might be kind of fun. They leveled up yet? No. 83% shipping. I'm surprised. $104 oil waiting. Hopefully this thing can start to turn a profit next go. It'd be better if you used one system on the truck stops. What does that mean? Underground high-speed road for the oil to fuel. Yeah, I don't want to grow that town just yet, Wyland. We'll do that later. Because I can't do anything with it yet. This one. We'll do it later. But I know what you're saying, just go underneath. The thing is, though, if you, like, the longer you go, the more you get paid. So it's actually more beneficial to build a high-speed road that goes all the way around the town. Because the residents of the town will start to use that road as well. And you'll benefit from that. And it'll start to grow the town probably in that direction. And you'll get a longer journey, so you get paid more. And a tunnel's more expensive. Miller Jen, thank you for almost 4 years. Still enjoying this community. Thank you, Miller. As you can only go one way, so they don't block for the other trucks. As you can only go in one way. You know about this? Yeah, so what we could do is configure this and make a one-way system. We can make it, send them in out the back or something. The problem is, how do you get rid of this? Can we just delete that? Or will I upgrade that? Huh. I don't like this poxy little exit. What about that? One way in, 3 ways out. Hey, Yod. You don't seem to be able to build 2 or 3 lane one-way roads when you configure this. If I click that, there's no option over here to say make this 3 lanes wide, which is a bit annoying. But, you know, that'll still work. There are 3 traffic lights now. What do you mean? Here? What do you suggest? Yeah, let's go with 2. That should be fine. 1 way in, 2 ways out. You got a call today to say you got an interview for a factory job, so you're really pleased. Nice one, Treble. Anyway, we can't do plastic just yet anyway. Let's see what the ship is doing. Oh yeah, he's rocking the oil. Look at that money. I'm liking that. $59 all waiting for him. Nice. 100% transportation, so why is that shipment so low? Need to get this upgraded. Did you see the next Xbox? I've heard about it. The tiny bits I read about the next Xbox was Zen 2 platform, AMD Zen 2, with some kind of ray tracing support. But that's all I read. Literally just read one sentence on a tweet somewhere. Mills, thank you for almost 4 years. What are we looking at for the next console? Is it like 2020 or 2021? He's full on crude, look at that. Really? 2020? Blimey. Do you reckon there'll be a new GTA coming with that? Or do you reckon GTA will be 2021? Actually, they'll probably release on Xbox One first anyway, won't they? Because they generally go previous gen console, current gen console, PC. That tends to be how they do it. End of next year for Xbox and PlayStation 5. It looks like an Apple computer. What does that mean? What are you getting on? 51. Okay, almost turning a break-even point. These guys are going to struggle a bit until this guy levels up. At the moment, I think it needs all three before it levels. How do you get this up? Does anybody know? We seem to be transporting everything, but the shipment has not gone up yet. You bet the consoles are going to be 600 quid? Almost certainly. Normally they'll come out before Christmas, they'll be £600. By the next Christmas, they'll be 400 with games. For the shipment to go up, you need to have more demand. Ah, that's a problem. So the demand is driven by this here, which is doing well for production, but won't level up until we ship it. Alright, I guess we're going to have to focus on the goods factory. Do you know what? Given the elevation of that, it wouldn't be hard to put a train line over that. Maybe swing a train line round like that. Into here. Platform there. 2 lots going in. So 2 lines coming there. So we need a platform for the ore. Platform for the coal. And then another platform to ship out the steel. That's what we need. Man, that elevation though. Oof. Nope. Rip. That's not connected. That's annoying. That's very annoying. That only just connects. You thought it looked like an Apple shredder PC. Okay. Right, before I do this, let me just have a look how the planes are getting on.
Your northwest departure is approved, Delta Ontario.
28, that's not great, is it?
Your northwest departure is approved, Delta Ontario.
I like the way the guy breathes down the mic at the end, where he goes to Ontario. Because obviously that's necessary. Yes, I'm thinking, can we take a train line this way and around? Right, over the top though. And then we'll probably take the road back underneath. I thought you had to have the road impeded. You just have to sort of shunt it up right next to the industry. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Interesting. As it comes past here, we want to have dedicated line into that. And then a through line for this. So this thing needs 3 lines on it. Yeah, you see, you can't do that impede, look. It doesn't work. It has to connect to a road somehow. Shunting up next to the industry works. What, so you can just sit it like, even, it's not highlighting. So if I put that down, that'll be connected. Even though it's not lit up. It does have a highlight. No, it doesn't. That's not highlighted. Look, that's highlighted, just to be clear. That's not. If we do that, that's highlighted. See? It seems to have a road connection. Right. Now I've got a bigger jiggery pokery to get that through though. The mines, I think they used to expand. I don't think they actually physically grow now. They just develop in their luck. Like the oil refinery grows vertically upwards and gets more fancy looking processing sides on it. Is what happens. I don't think it physically grows. Right, if we just pause this. Trash that road. It doesn't like that, doesn't it? Kind of hoped that would work because of that valley. Well, that's ruined the plans. Use page up before drawing. What does page up do? I thought it was always the M and N key. Yeah. Arrow up and down does this. Trouble is, if I elevate the land, oh, I could terraform it. I mean, if I elevate the land, it's going to get pretty messy, isn't it? But we can try. See if that encourages it. Hello. Aha. Maybe if you build that first. I'm a bit disappointed by it's not put these little railings on the side bits, though. That's so weird. That looks a bit bizarre now. What if we trash that now? Then try putting it back again. What? Come on, game. That's nuts. Bingo. Dig down where you want the railing. But then if I do that... Okay. Trash that. And then... That looks very wonky to me. It definitely feels like it's elevating. That's so weird. Feels like it's elevating for no reason. No, it doesn't look perfect. Why then? Look at the contours. See, in theory, this is like roughly the same height as that. That's so bizarre. It's doing some weird stuff. Let's do some more terrain stuff. Oh, if I delete that, I know what's going to happen. So look at that elevation. I just want to chop that bit though. That'll do. We'll go with that. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, it doesn't like something here. Town authorities complain about the following interrupted connection. Oh, okay. Yes. I forgot to put the road back. Town authorities are complaining about a road that I built for them. They should be grateful I built it in the first place. There we go. You're just using arrows at the end of the section you're drawing out to have it slow elevate. Okay. I don't like the way that kinks. Okay, that's one. You can force a bridge, it's much easier than faffing with terrain. I don't know, I struggled with that then. I think this game is mostly about trains. I mean, you've got your trucks and your boats and stuff, but mostly it's about trains. Yeah, we've got a 737-200 up, I think. Okay, that's the coal side of it. Just need to get the depots on there. It should be called train fever. Pretty much. I suppose in theory you should put one here, shouldn't you? You should do that. Quad track? Quad track? Beyond? Quad track? Pfft. Have it, mate. Quad track is nothing. 8 tracks where it's at. For the best audio. Right, that's the iron ore. We need to do the same thing for these guys now. Do you know, that's not technically what I wanted to do, having just thought about this. Actually, what I wanted to... Oh my god, that's not at all what I wanted to do. That's nothing like what I wanted to do. This platform was meant to be for iron ore, not coal. These 2 lines shouldn't really exist, but we'll leave them. But they shouldn't be going off in this direction. That needs to be louder. Okay. Mr. Catweasel, thank you for 54 months. Have a good weekend too. So what's supposed to have happened is... That's for the train that runs here, it stops there. And in theory, what should happen is that one can carry on like that. For the one that wants carrying on, it can just go straight through. Or it turns in and goes there. But then on its way back, this one needs to be able to merge into that, effectively. It should be able to do that. So it's coming back that way. And then it can jump the line. This one can wait here to get in. This branch should probably come off a little bit earlier. Just so that it's never blocked by something waiting. So that splits off that way and it goes either along here or along here. So it goes into that and stops. Or it carries on this way. And goes through there. And on the way back, it has to wait here to go cross over that section. to get going again. There is a mod that adds more line colors. I know. I have such a mod. Cool, that's what I wanted. So I bet shenanigans here, but otherwise they share the same line. It's not actually complicated. All that's happening really is on the return path, it splits and decides, do you want to go to this platform or do you want to basically drive through and go to that platform? And then as you're coming back this way, there's two ways in. You're either parked up here or you're coming back through, and you basically merge back into that line. It's not actually complicated when you look at it. You just got to get the signal right. And then this other platform is meant to go off over here. But that's quite a sharp turn. So I guess what's going to happen is this line is going to like bend around a bit like that. And then it's either going to go that way or it's going to split off that way. Don't like that road. Now we want a back. We'll have a terminus station. Cargo station, one track. We'll link that up in a second. So that will go there. And on its way back in, it basically, let's see. Let's get rid of it now. Yeah, so it comes through, goes there, comes back out that way. That's fine. Okay, so the track's going to branch off and go over to the second ore. Which is going to be there. Now we don't want to merge this too close to that. Because that way a train can come in and it can sit here and not interfere with that line. If we merge that in too early, then that train might sit right across that section of track. So now we want to go right across there. Wait, what? So I'll have a stop just before this. And one after it. One coming back in. I should do it. Now we just need to feed trains onto the line, which is easily done if we put it over here. Cool. That should do it. This will release in 2 days. Correct. No. This game's already out. It released yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. Profits are through the roof mainly due to oil. Yeah, once we start moving that plastic, they'll get even better. But profits are doing okay. So potentially we can bring two ore trains into here, 2 coal trains into here, and then this has to move steel out to there. But also, if we're going to fly plastic in, we should build the airport. The question is, what size airport do we build? I suppose we better build a large one, hadn't we? With a hangar, 1 terminal, landing direction left or right. That's landing direction left, and that's landing direction right. What does that mean? Left of what? What does left and right mean in this context? It means where the planes come in for landing. Yeah, but where's left and where's right? I know what landing direction means. I just don't know what left and right mean. Left of what? If I look at it that way, as opposed to looking at it that way, what does left and right mean? I don't understand. I think we want right because we want them like, if you look, there's a blue bit that sticks out from the runway. You see that? I think that's the approach. Yeah? Because if I change that to left, it goes to the other end. So I think if we build that, they'll come in on approach this way and presumably take back off in the same direction. So if we build that, then we want to get that linked up. That'll do.
And your northwest departure is approved to Ontario.
Everything is approved to Ontario. Everything. Now from here, the goods, where do the goods go? We'll figure that out in a minute, I guess. So we can land plastic into here, that's the main thing. Now we want a terminal. We need one platform. Right. So we want Phew, I think that's the infrastructure done. I think we can create lines and trains now. Get this up and running. Maybe make the road go over. Honestly, nothing's going to drive down here. It doesn't go anywhere but industry, and vehicles don't drive to industry unless you specifically have trucks go that way. You're talking about passenger traffic. That's these. They drive between towns. They don't drive to industry. Yeah, but roads only slow down trains when roads have traffic on them. There is literally no traffic on here. And besides, the roads barriers come down and let the trains go through usually. Right, let's create, what's this place called? That's the Lucknow Goods Factory. Ho Chi Minh Steel. Okay. So train line, Ho Chi Coal 1. And Ho Chi Coal 2. And okay. Ho Chi Coal 1 goes from there to there. Don't know how well white would show up in this. So tools. Would be good if you could add canals. Why? I mean, for the boat stuff, you mean? Yeah, my earnings have just taken a big dive, haven't they? I wonder why that is. Probably the investment, I guess. We're kind of breaking even every year, aren't we? It's not great. That food train, man. Why is that costing me so much money? That's just broken. The grain and food is so bad. Wait, all these trains are costing... Something going horribly wrong here. All the tools and the planks. I think it's like the really, really old trains. I think that's what's going on. 23 years. That should be fine. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, but to replace them with new ones is going to cost a lot of money, so we need to get this up and running first. Mad South African, thank you for 64 months, sir. Right, we want a coal train. So we probably want a T3. Is that pretty good? Either a DF5 or a T3. What speed does the coal wagon go under? 120. Blimey. That's some fast freight, that is. I think it's that coal route is a bit of an elevated route, so it might be better having the slower China Railways train. I doubt it's going to get up to a full speed anyway. On that run, it might be better to have more pulling power. Then we can have cheap Chinese coal. So if we go with a DF5 and some gondolas. That's a $12 million coal train. Oh my god. 108 capacity, and we need 2 of them. 24 million. Eek. Okay. It's the coal done. Well, there goes all the money. You gotta spend money to earn money. Yeah, dude, but look at that. Minus 55 million. It's scary. Let's have a look at the worst performing line. This one. 20-year-old train. Earning no money whatsoever. In fact, losing 2 million. Never really turned a profit. Why are we bothering? Why are we bothering to move this food? There's 28 food in there. There's a massive demand for food in Pyongyang, so why is it not getting the food in? There's 30 there waiting. Drop the route. I don't think the route's not profitable. Pyongyang needs food. It has a big demand for it. But maybe this factory just can't make enough. But that's not true, because it clearly can make enough. Everything it's making is being transported, so it has to be a grain problem. It's not getting enough grain, right? It's out of grain. So the food train is not profitable because the grain is not getting there. And I think the grain comes in from two directions, the blue line and the red line. I remember. Yeah, that's one of them. It's got loads of food, loads of grain right there. Boy, is it slow. It's not like a massive journey. How much of this? So according to this, all of that's being transported. Maybe replace both of these with one fast train? One modern train? And maybe that's almost breaking even, but it's not getting the stuff here, is it? It can't get enough. It can't get enough grain. So then that brings us to this line. Which I think he's on, yeah. So that's actually a profitable line. But that comes from much further afield, I think. Here. Okay, so this has grain sat around. That's 23 years old as well. But the grain has to go from here to here. That's a long, long way. And it has to share the oil line on the way. You want to check if the train drops off the food. Well, I'm trying to work out. At the moment, the problem seems to be that isn't getting enough stuff. I think that's the major issue, because it takes 2 grain to make 1 food. So you need to get a lot of grain into here. And the grain farms can't get any bigger. They don't expand. They max out at 200 and sit there. And the only thing you can do is find more farms. So it's going to unload, but it's going to chew through that grain. It takes a long time for that train to get back there. There's another farm here. We could try bringing that in. There's one there as well. That's going to require spending money though. Doesn't explain why the maxed out line isn't profitable. What, you mean this line? Well, it is profitable. In fact, Shanghai grain finances are generally good. That line actually makes money. That line makes money. But this line, the food line, doesn't. And this other grain line, I don't think does either. Yeah, that's almost break even. But Pyongyang food is just... That's obnoxiously bad. Why is that so bad? So the food goes to both of these cities. But because they're so big now, they need much more food. I think one train there, one fast train would be enough. I think there is no point, like each train is running less than half full. One fast train, that would do it. That's what I think. Pancake, see you later, bro. But right now we don't have the funds. We're losing insane amounts of money. I think first thing to do is get rid of this train. Step 1, cut your losses. That still leaves the food problem. You might have to just run one train as well. Because that's running half full as well. Reduce the deficit. The blue line takes so long the food factory runs out of grain, stops producing, therefore asking the farm. No, the farms are running at maxed out potential, look. Yeah, that farm's running at max potential. And where's the other one gone? That farm's running at max potential, so it's not like it's not feeding all the way back down the line. It's producing as much as it can. The problem is this factory is not getting as much as it needs. We need to have more grain coming in here. That's what we need to do. And it's possible, but I need money to do it. I have a lot of vehicles that are in a very bad condition. In fact, this is an unprofitable line with stuff on it. Start to send both food to both cities that one food train gets filled up for each run. I want both cities to grow though, that's the thing. Okay, it's missing. Oh, it's got coal. It's not a lot of ore. Well, we're getting profit. Probably because I sold some stuff and we're not losing quite as much, so we'll see. We need a steel run now. And the trouble is, for this final bit, we need to get steel and plastic in, and then we need to get the goods out. And the nearest goods city is here. Rep. Wait a minute. If we had an airport here, I'd suggest flying the goods back. I wish they wanted goods. That would be perfect. Fly plastic, bring back goods. That would be amazing. I mean, we could still bring the goods back and then transport them out here. I wonder if a plane... Let me look at cargo planes a second. All cargo, all cargo, all cargo. Okay, that might actually work. If we fly the plastic to here, then because that's attached to the factory that produces the goods, we can fly the goods back again as long as we sell them. And we can sell them if we take them to here. So that means the plane is going to get paid both ways, which means the cargo plane might be profitable. So the next question is, how do we get the goods to here? We've already got transport train links to it, but it's a passenger train link. But I think a train's probably the quickest way. Because the line comes in, it does get complicated here. Well, we might have to... Have we got a truck stop? We haven't. See, we've got a big enough truck stop, which is connected to the train line. So it could just be a matter of trucking the goods there. Enforced relocation program. If we just truck the goods in to here, and then we can maybe train them out there. You could even just upgrade the road and just transport the whole thing by truck. It's a long way.